move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 189 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms.
And Happy New Year to all of our listeners. We appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with us. We are in year 3.
Almost 200 episodes in.
Year 3. That's crazy, man. That's a journey right there. Shout out to Philly Phil. Shout out to Pauls, always committing and putting their time in to do this. And yeah, man, it's been a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah, sorry I was a little late tonight. I've been playing Nintendo Switch that Santa Claus brought Gianni, and he's actually really good. And right before I was getting ready to take him up for a bath, I was in first place. He was in third, and he got the blue shell.
On Mario Kart?
Yeah.
You want that smoke?
I'll trash you in it.
You crazy, bro. Gag me 7 coming.
So wait a minute. So G got the blue shell, and he got me before he won, and he won and started laughing at me and like rubbing it in. And I'm like, hold on, let me work you real fast before I leave. I took it personal.
Oh, all right. I mean, yeah, you have to though. You're teaching him to be competitive.
He always said, I say it all the time. I'm like, dude, don't do anything. I was like, I want you to win.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty good though, so I'll give it to him. He's good.
You're more defined by your losses. I mean, your wins more than your losses. Don't worry about the loss.
I know. Before we get into our New Year stuff and get into the show, quick recap for fantasy. Our champion in the 2023 league was our best friend, Tom. Congratulations to him. Thank God he knocked off Judy.
Yeah, man. Congrats, man. This is all yours, dude. You're going to be right next to me.
Well-deserved, man.
We got company, man.
You had a good
awesome
run. His team caught fire the last month of the season, and that's how you win in fantasy.
Yeah.
I hope next year I get a seat at the table with you guys. I mean, honestly, hopefully for me, a championship is just not coming in dead last and having to humiliate myself. But yeah, I hope that
I respect the honesty, though, for sure.
It absolutely is.
Yeah,
it absolutely is. January 30th, I'll probably be at Helium doing stand-up. Everybody come out and check this out because it's going to be a show.
That's
going to be a movie. It's going to be funny. You're going to watch me humiliate myself on stage in front of random people, a lot of trannies.
Yeah, he moving different in 2024.
Yeah, a lot of trannies.
Hey, yo, Philly Phil, turn up his mic real quick.
There's a lot of trannies there. There's a lot of hippies. It's definitely a weird vibe in there, but it's a cool spot. So we will see.
I salute that, yo. I salute that. Yo, you owning that shit, man.
It is what it is.
Yo, you're inviting people. That's fire, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, good for you, man, for real.
And nothing is off limits. I gave them the word last night, so I have no idea what I'll be reading in that 3 minutes that I'm up there. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be a show. You guys should all come out. It'll be a good one, for sure.
To say the least.
I think you're going to rock the mic, though. I think you're going to smoke it. I really do. I do, because you have the personality. Like, I feel like you're going to go up there. You're going to be like, you're going to pop your shit. You're going to read the jokes. And then you're going to you're going to transition something and then trash other people in the crowd.
So here's the thing. I would like to do that. But the problem is that I don't know the material I'm reading. So I'm going to have to be quick. That's why I was telling everybody, when you write the jokes, like you two were there when we went 2 weeks ago. I wasn't telling them to make short jokes because I was trying to get in and out. I'm telling them to make sure, because that 3 minutes, they're spot on with it. You have 3 minutes and you're out.
Facts. Because
so that's what I was saying. Yeah, don't give me a paragraph to. I mean, you can give me a paragraph to read, but I'm not going to get to the other jokes.
Right.
So I was giving everybody free ammo from what we went and see. So that
I'm still trying to decide what I want to write. Like, that's the hard part for me. Like, but I don't want you to know that I wrote it.
I'm going to probably be able to guess who wrote what based on vulgarity and verbiage.
That's my goal. I don't want you to guess my joke. I think that's a game to me.
Well, I don't see the joke until a minute before, until a half hour before I go on.
But after you say it, like when you come off stage, I want you to be like, damn, I wonder who said that. Whose joke was that?
Well, Derek's will probably
because you'll have the list and you'll be like, all right, who said what? I think Nick said this. I wanted to know if you predict mine.
I will afterwards. I'll talk about it.
By the way, their food at Helium fucking slaps.
Their boneless wings is awesome.
This is not an ad at all. Like I went there one time. We went there for
I was doing field research.
Yeah, we were.
I was scouting.
We were scouting, right? So, by the way, dude, their food absolutely slaps.
Phil had the what did you have? The buffalo mac and cheese bites?
No, I just had mac and cheese bites. Regular
mac and
cheese bites, and they slapped.
The buffalo bites.
Buffalo wings
my
are
god,
awesome.
Yo, that's a different. The fries, a different conversation. A different conversation.
Oh yeah, they were coated. They were all crunchy and shit,
bro.
Yeah, so
everything there was just it was a good vibe, yo, for sure.
I normally don't have New Year's resolutions, but my New Year's resolution is this year is get respect back on my fantasy name. So funny story.
Okay.
Funny story. So I had a clog in my kitchen sink. Remember I was telling you about that? I came home, turned on the garbage disposal, and water was shooting out of it. So I called Lou.
Regular shit.
Everybody reach out to Lou, best plumber in the area, in the world. Anyway, so we're downstairs talking, and I don't know how it got brought up. And I'm like, yo, I came in last in fantasy, dude. I got to go to Helium. Because, I asked him if he ever heard of Helium. So I'm like, yo, I came in last. I was like, I got to do stand up in front of everybody. And he was in the pipe with the snake, and he looked at me just like this and was like, yo, this ain't the first time you came in last, right? Like, he knew. And I'm like, and I'm like, no, it's not, bro. It's the third year in a row. And I knew you knew that by the way you gave me that smart ass remark. And we just started like hysterical laughing. And it dawned on me later when I was laying in bed. I'm like, damn, that's really how I'm getting looked at around here.
I'm sorry, yo. I could just picture the whole thing because I could just see him saying that and hear him saying that and then looking at you and then you say, nah, this is my third year in a row. That is insane, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I hate it had to be you. I really do. I fucking hate it.
Trust me.
I hate it had to be you.
I'm sick about it too, but onward and upward. Next year I'll come out and try to get them again, and
I'm taking this shit back home, Tom, next year. So enjoy it for the year, but it's coming back.
It's coming with me.
It's
coming with me.
After
a three-peat, nothing would be sweeter than to win it.
Now you learn from your mistakes. It's a good thing.
Well, I mean, it's taken me 3 times. So, but all right. College football bowl games. Did you watch any of the games? Oh. I watched Alabama and Michigan.
What did I watch? I betted on the games. Absolutely, I watched.
Who'd you have?
I had Michigan -5.5. I actually altered a line because I felt like I wanted the plus money.
What was it, 7 or 6.5?
No, it was 2.5.
I got you.
3 points to get plus money. So I was like, fuck it. I got that and smoked that. But then the later game, can't cap, I had Texas. I thought they were going to win the game. But you know what? Washington came out.
They were ready to go.
And they balled out. And, Michael Penix, he is really good.
So somebody, I forget who it was. It might have been Joel Klatt. I'm glad you mentioned him. He was saying that Michael Penix, the way he throws a ball like a tight spiral, and the velocity that he gets on it, he was saying that like he is the most pure passer in the draft. Here's the thing. I don't know much about the quarterbacks. All I know is I do not like Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be a bust, and I am waiting for that to happen.
Caleb Williams? Yeah, you've been saying that.
I'm not a fan. I don't like his attitude. You just saw USC go and ball out with the backup quarterback, and no USC quarterbacks work in the league. Matt Leinart was garbage. Mark Sanchez was garbage. Sam Darnold was garbage. I just don't believe in it.
But do you think he could thrive in the right situation, though? Because, like, I like it. If he goes with a bad team, what you're saying is he can't change a franchise. Right? I don't think he's a franchise altering quarterback. So if he goes to the right situation, do you think he can have success?
Yeah, look, here's the thing. My thing with Caleb Williams is I don't like when I'm on ESPN or Fox or something like that, and you're talking about Caleb Williams and you're saying that he's a mix of Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, who are 2 of the undisputed top 5 at worst, top 6 quarterbacks in the game. Number 1, and then Josh Allen somewhere in those next 5, depending on what you prefer. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like when you're already putting respect on a quarterback like that, I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like that he sat out the games. I don't like that shit. He should be playing. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of him. I think that he played his numbers against good teams.
Well, he sat out too because he's worth a lot of money. Like, you got to understand that too. Like, if he doesn't want to risk the injury too.
I get it. I'm not built like that. And my thing is with him is that he struggled his numbers against good teams as opposed to trash bag teams.
Mm-hmm.
There's a substantial difference.
Yeah. What's his record against them? They're like
it has a losing record
against ranked opponents.
Against ranked opponents.
Mm.
Don't bode well for me, especially coming out of UFC. And you have Lincoln Riley, who's a quarterback guru, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Well, a lot of good quarterbacks, like they're good in college for USC, but when they go into the pros, dude, there's some ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I know. I would beware. The only one I would say was Carson Palmer. He turned out really well.
Well, Carson Palmer was good when he went to the Bengals. He tore his ACL. Then he bounced around. He was with the Raiders, the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Then he went to, when he went to the Cardinals with Arians,
he was all right.
He turned it on.
Yeah.
But when he was on the Raiders and I forget the other team, and he was trash.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I'm just not like that. I do want to talk about another pile of shit. David Tepper, the video that he threw his drink on a fan because the fan got him all riled up.
Yeah.
How embarrassing is it? You're the owner of a franchise, an NFL franchise, a billionaire, and somebody got under your skin that bad that you throw a drink on them.
Well,
and the fine for $300,000 to a billionaire. He got fined $10.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is that what you just said. So I found a tweet by Darren Rovell, and he said, for those scoring at home, fining David Tepper $300,000, net worth $20.6 billion, is equivalent of fining the average American $1.77.
Oh, so I was over.
That is fucking crazy.
He got fined $1.
Ticket is worth more than what he just did to us.
$1?
That's crazy.
I said 10.
A parking ticket. Think about that.
This shit's a joke, dude. But like my thing is he should be suspended.
Yeah, absolutely. If Dom DeSandro had to get suspended,
that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
He got suspended. He should be. I mean, I know he owns the team, but you got to have like some confines of like, you got to draw the line somewhere.
My thing is though, is when
like it's inconsistent.
When a fan dumps beer or something like that, or throws popcorn or throws something onto a field, or he dumps beer on a player that's walking into the tunnel, they get banned for life.
Yeah.
So what's the difference with David Tepper? You gave him $1 fine?
That was worse than what Dom DeSandro did. He didn't do shit.
I know. It's crazy.
Like, come on. What did he do? It's not like he swung at him. He didn't punch him. He didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he touched him. All right, whoa, holy shit. This guy throws a fucking drink at somebody. He gets fined $300,000. It's a slap on the wrist. It was nothing. Not even a slap on the wrist. Bro, a fucking McDouble is more than a fine now.
Yeah,
what's that? $2 now?
Something like that.
That's more than the fine.
$2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's probably like $35.
We got fined a McDouble compared to him. That's crazy. It was $300,000. We're talking bro. We ain't drive. No. We ain't talking $3,000. We're talking $300,000.
If you get imagine this. Imagine
being fined $300,000. You'd be fucking screwed.
If you were driving and you forgot your license at home, the fine's like $180.
Oh, I keep banging the table.
Sorry, you got to be better.
I know. I do got to be better. It's just passion.
We're working on that. We're working on that.
I know.
Jonathan Gannon. I hate this team so bad. But he comes out and says that Kyler is QB1 next year, no doubt. What do you think about that move? Because they're gonna have the second pick?
Well, look, down the stretch, he's played well, like he has, but at the same time, it's like, I'm with you though. I don't think he's gonna win the Super Bowl. Like
Never.
if that's what you strive to, to be as a team, then and that's your ultimate goal. I don't think Kyler Murray's getting you there. We have no proof.
I have no proof that Kyler Murray can win.
And he's been injured. And he's been injury prone now.
Yeah.
You can call it. He's been injured, right? So I mean, he's came up small in the biggest moment. So I
no
honestly,
pun intended.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Cardinals have nothing to lose right now, so they're playing loose. When they have something to lose, how is he going to perform? That's the biggest question, and we've already seen it.
Yeah.
So my thing is like. He's just being he has to say these things, but you have to take it at face value because what they said. Remember, they said they're going to keep Josh Rosen, and then he
and they traded up. They traded up to get Josh Rosen to the 10th pick,
right?
And he was horrible.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, Josh is our guy." What happened? That same offseason, he got shipped. I know it's a different coaching and
he had a
different coach
who
there.
Was his coach? It was the little black dude, Steve Wilkes.
Yeah,
Steve Wilkes wasn't successful as a head coach.
No.
So, I mean, you could just tell sometimes with stuff like that. Steve Wilkes is a D coordinator now in
Detroit.
In the Niners.
No.
The Niners.
Yeah, Niners.
Niners. Yeah,
Niners.
So for me with Kyler, my bad, I paused for a second. Look, do I think Kyler Murray is a franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Steve Wilkes wasn't successful as a head coach.
No. Oh, that was me. I hit
2024.
I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. People make mistakes, you know, and that happens.
So I feel like with Kyler, is he a franchise quarterback? Yes, but I don't think Kyler Murray will ever be able to get into that top 10 quarterback.
Define franchise quarterback.
He can win you games and he's talented, but he's not going to be able to carry your franchise if things are going south.
So if he can't carry your franchise when things go south, is he really a franchise quarterback?
Yes, because you can still be a franchise quarterback and like, remember the Mac Jones's rookie year?
Yeah.
He played well. Things worked. He had a good defense, good offensive line, good run game, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I'm saying like Kyler Murray, I think can play when he's got guys around him, but I don't think that Kyler Murray is going to uplift your franchise and take you into where every franchise strives to be. I'm not a Kyler fan like that. I think he's too small. I think he's a punk. I don't like his attitude. Not that I think he's a punk, but he has a punk attitude.
Would you compare? So like if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying based on, I guess he can win games, but he can't get you to the big game, right?
No, like if I had a bet, like if I had to save my life right now, I would bet that Kyler Murray never made it to an NFC Championship game.
And wow. So how, I don't know. I mean, your definition's different than mine for franchise quarterback.
Yeah. Are you saying a franchise quarterback, you can attempt to win a Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm saying that like a franchise quarterback is just somebody, he can play.
Yeah.
He deserves a spot in the league, but he'll have brilliant moments. He'll have good good YouTube moments. But when it comes down to it, I don't think that he has that stuff to get him there. I don't think he's ever going to be a superstar.
I think they're good quarterbacks. They're talented. I would say they're talented quarterbacks.
Like a Tony Romo.
Yeah, like absolutely.
Somebody like him. Tony Romo was a good quarterback.
Right. Like Lamar Jackson, franchise quarterback. He changes the whole landscape of the Ravens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he is the scheme.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, and he's the MVP this year. So like,
but, I mean, overall with Kyler, I don't think they're making a mistake. I mean, because any quarterback you bring in there, that organization is just, they don't have players.
Would you say Tua is a franchise quarterback?
Absolutely.
I would say so too.
Absolutely.
Like, I think Tua can win a bowl. Like, I think he can get there because I've seen him play in big moments. And I know they've lost. They got smoked this weekend. I get it.
So I think Tua is better than Kyler, but
the Dolphins weren't that good before he arrived.
No, and they've been looking since 1990 for a quarterback, but since Dan Marino retired, 99, maybe 2000. So for me, I think Tua is better than Kyler. I think he's more mature than Kyler, obviously.
For sure.
I feel like Tua has a better chance to win a Super Bowl if things around him are correct. I don't think Tua can carry a franchise either, but if you put the right pieces around him and you give him a good defense or good offensive line play, he has the tools to win.
Yeah. Like I feel like Tua is more coachable.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
He's more like he wants to be coached.
And he has more intangibles.
Yeah. And he's okay, like, if you criticize him because he wants to get better. Like, I feel like Kyler, I don't know, based on what I've seen from him, wiping his Instagram, doing that corny shit. Like, I don't know. I just feel like all that just kind of trickles down to being, selfish and all about you and all that stuff.
Just to me, he's immature. And it goes back to what you said.
Correct.
It's like it's childish games. And it's like, bro, you're the franchise quarterback of an NFL team, and your leverage to sign a contract is you go on Instagram and take Arizona Cardinals out of your bio.
I don't
like. Sorry, that's a red flag to me.
I'm sorry, but that franchise is giving you like your family's years of wealth.
Your kids and their kids.
You don't even realize, cuz
your kids'
like,
kids are
you
fine.
Don't even realize the wealth that you just inherited by this franchise, and you're going to wipe off the fucking Instagram. I would have kicked your ass to the curb.
I know.
And I said that before they even signed him. I said that's a bad move. I would never sign Kyler Murray. I would have traded his ass. I would have traded him, got the picks, and then reloaded.
Now look at the draft. Was high because
look at the draft now. Now they would love to have those picks. They would love to restart with Gannon, because I think Gannon is a pretty good coach. From what we've seen, even though the Cardinals have lost, they have played really tough this season. And there are some games where they got smoked and this, that, but at the same time, I have seen them play against some good competition, and they have played very, very hard for their coach.
I've been pretty impressed by Jonathan Gannon. I know they're 3-15 or 3-14. whatever. But I think that
Who was his quarterback?
But here's the thing, bro. I don't like when I've looked at the team, they look like a well-coached team. They just look like guys that have bought into Jonathan Gannon. And that's all you can ask, especially when shit's going south.
Yep.
And, you know, with them upsetting the Eagles this week, and like AJ Brown came out and spoke to the media today.
That proves it, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The tightness of the group. Like I know you now know the Eagles locker room there's no division. After the interview today, you know they're together. You know they're together. And that's how I just feel like when I watch the Cardinals with Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they don't have a choice but to be together because they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They have to rally. They have to find something to spark them.
Yeah.
They got to. They have
Hopefully that could be the moment. I don't know if it will be. And look, that's a tall ask, but I got to be honest. After I watched it, like Justin said the same thing today, and I was laughing. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to go into it because we're going to be talking about it tonight. But like when he watched that, I had the same feeling as Justin. I'm like, damn, all right, man. Like, here we go. Like, all right, guys. All right, you're together. There isn't division. Nick Sirianni taking the bullet for them like that. And everybody looking at Nick Sirianni like, are you good? Like, and not for nothing. I feel like that's when he should be fired. The chatter started. And I'm not on that wave. I think he's more than earned a rough year. And it's a rough year when you're 11-4.
But in fairness, though, let's be real.
Or 11-5, whatever it is.
Let's be real about that whole situation, though, with the whole media and AJ Brown. What do you expect people to think when you don't talk? When you say those comments, what do you expect the outside world to think?
Look,
like in fairness to the fans, what do you expect? You think, oh yeah, everything's all gravy in the locker room? Like, nah, bro. Like if there's if it was, you would speak. Because you said you won't speak if you had nothing nice to say. So what did you have bad to say? You didn't. He never said that. That's what got me. You know what I mean? Like that interview is all good and is all good. But like I guarantee you there's some people in the locker room that probably pulled him aside and talked his problems out. And now he's all good. Like
see, I don't think
people have emotions. Like I get pissed off and then I'm all good. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm human. He's human too. He's not a robot. So like I'm putting that into consideration as well. But he never said what was bad because that's what he said. He said, I'm not saying anything unless I have something good to say.
I think it was more about the reporters though, because he highlighted that and he said, I majored in journalism and they twist his words. And here's the thing though, it's a double-edged sword because like in his defense, like I understand him. I understood when KD freaked out on the media when he was in Golden State in his contract year, because it's like every 5 minutes they're asking you a question and then it's like puffery on the headline where they're looking at it and it's not what he said or it's being misinterpreted. And when the season's on a free fall and you're 1-4 in your last 5, I understand. Look, I think he should have faced the media. He makes a lot of money. It's part of his job. And when things are going south, that's when the leadership comes out because you need to get onto the mic. You need to face the music. Like, not for nothing, who got more humiliated than Russell Wilson? And Russell Wilson went and talked about it. The dude got benched.
Yeah.
And they said, we're releasing you.
Yeah. Well, look,
so,
my thing is this. If you understand journalism, how can you be mad? What are you mad about? If you understand what they're doing and how they twist the words and you went to school for journalism, how can you be mad? What are you mad about? If you understand what's going on.
Because you don't want to cause friction in the locker room with your guys.
I understand that, but there's no need to be mad like that.
I guess.
I think that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. I'm telling you, I think that is a crock of shit, man.
I didn't get that vibe.
Well, look, they're professionals too. I mean, in front of a camera, you can always put on a happy face.
Yeah.
That's not what, it always is.
I mean, he didn't look all bubbly in that interview. He just looked like he was being a straight shooter. And Marcus Hayes coincidentally couldn't make it today, which is the reporter that he was, implying made up the bullshit about one of the veterans saying something about AJ.
Yeah, no,
Brown.
but my thing is like, if you understand journalism, what the hell are you so mad about?
Yeah.
Like if you get it, then why don't you play the media back? Like, why don't you know what I mean? Kind of twist.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like you kind of like combat what they're doing to you. Like in a weird way. If you know journalism, like that would be like you can actually reverse it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I get what you're saying. It's just, I just feel like he's an emotional guy too. He's an emotional guy.
Absolutely. And I can never take that away from people.
No.
Like, it's an emotional game.
I like it though, because again, like you said, it's an emotional game. Players lead by that shit. It actually drives me crazy that Jalen Hurts just sits there and doesn't show emotion. But his leadership is cool, calm, collected, Let's go.
Yeah.
But AJ, he's loud and you know what I mean? He's alive and stuff like that. And I love that. Like, again, I'm not worried that AJ Brown is getting pissed off that his team is losing. That team is too damn talented to be in this position now where you're facing the 5 seed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, do you think the Eagles, though, because it's looking like they're going to be the 5 seed? I don't look. That game for Dallas and against the Commanders, I don't think that's going to be an easy game.
I don't think so either.
I don't.
Coming in a wire.
I don't. I think it's going to be a close game. I think maybe 6 points or so.
13.5 is a huge spread, though.
That's a huge. I just feel
that's
like
a big spread.
That's a Dallas line, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Because their history, it's a division game. I don't think Dallas is out of the woods on that, but I do think Dallas wins. So do you think the Eagles at the 5th seed are a first-round exit against Tampa or the Saints?
I think if they play the Saints, I think they would beat the Saints because I don't think the Saints offensively scare us. Because if our weakness is the defense, I think we can get off the field against the Saints. Me personally, that's how I feel about it. We stop Alvin Kamara, we could beat them. They have nothing.
I love our chances against the Saints. I hate to do this because I love Baker.
The Bucks.
I would rather go play the Saints than I would the Buccaneers.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think Baker Mayfield's better than Derek Carr. I think their wideouts are better. The run game, honestly, has been just as good, if not better, with Rashad White.
You nailed it. Their wideouts would feast against our secondary.
And look, I know Slay's coming back, and we're gonna. My thing is too, like we're getting Slay back, which will help. It can't hurt.
But how quickly will it help?
I'm not even worried.
That's
Here's the
what I'm
problem
worried
with
about.
the D-backs, though. This is what I'm talking about when I go into the defense. I don't think our defensive backs are that bad. I think the main issue is our D-line is not getting, and they're not getting home.
Yeah.
So they're not negating it. When you have all day to throw, you're going to pick them apart, but that's kind of anybody. I don't think Slay and Bradbury are the best duo in the league, but I don't think they're trash.
They haven't been.
They've had their moments where they've looked bad, but again, those things go hand in hand.
Sure.
The D-line getting pressure, and that's what it is. So
Ringo looks really good, though.
He does.
He's promising. He's a promising player.
I do like Ringo.
I'm looking forward to seeing him in the next year. Like, I think he's going to have a solid year next year. Like, yeah. I think he's one of those guys that he's going to step up.
So I don't think the Eagles will be a first-round bye for either of those teams. I think the Bucs
first round exit.
Okay. Excuse me. I do think Dallas wins. I think we're the 5 seed, and Baker is playing Carolina, the team who almost ruined his career. It's week 17. He's got a week 18. He's got a shot for the division. I think Tampa Bay wins big. We'll get into that, but going against Tampa Bay, it's like with Mike Evans, who's been on a heater this year, and Godwin and Rashad White. I mean, our hands are full.
Oh, absolutely.
Our hands are full, but I would trust Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, to do their thing. Hopefully they come out this week and they improve on some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look up and the score's tied in the Dallas game, you play because they were talking about benching the starters and stuff like that. I would not bench the starters. I think you need reps. But if it's halftime and Dallas is blowing out the Commanders, I would put them on the bench.
Well, I mean, if you're strategic on who you bench, then I don't have a problem with it. But we want to win this game. You want to put the pressure on Dallas. Of
course. Well, they play at the same time.
Right. But they're going to be watching that game, too.
That's what I'm saying.
You think they're going to be fully focused on the Commanders? That's why I think that game's going to be close.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to me too. Every time you count on Dallas, they have a tendency to let you down.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to be scoreboard watching, and
if that's going to be. If that happens, bro, I will be insufferable. I will be insufferable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I will be insufferable. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, I can't believe what happened this weekend. Though it was
sickening, dude. It was sickening, and it couldn't happen to a worse team because I'm not a Kyler fan. Jonathan Gannon, the whole thing with the Super Bowl and how he screwed us up with the defensive coordinator because we were supposed to have Vic Fangio, who's in Miami, but he didn't commit because Jonathan Gannon said he wasn't leaving and then doesn't even fly home with the squad from Arizona. He stayed in Arizona and took the job. But for me though, dude, with the Eagles, I don't know what's going on. I can't make it out. It sucks. I don't think they're dead in the water. I don't. That might be naive or. Because they're my squad. But I don't think they're dead in the water. They have too much talent.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though.
Yeah.
Everybody this weekend who's an Eagles fan, if we're the 5th seed, everybody needs to be rooting for the Rams against the Lions. Because if the Rams beat the Lions, we would host Dallas. We would go to Dallas in the divisional round. because the NFL reseeds.
Is that something you want?
Absolutely. I would rather go to Dallas than San Francisco. And look, Dallas won 16 in a row at home. The laws of average are against them in that. You're bound to lose.
San Fran beat us earlier.
Here's the thing. I don't want to sound like
say?
San Fran smoked us, and you know how I am about that. I wouldn't. If we went into San Fran, I would be hopeful.
Nobody would bet the Eagles.
No,
not a fucking soul out there.
And that's when you need to be worried.
For this region.
Yeah,
ain't nobody betting the Eagles. I'll guarantee that they would be like 9.5-point dogs. Cause
I would love it.
Like straight the fuck up, they would be.
Give me it all day.
I wonder what the point spread would be, and I would take the points because they got their ass kicked last time. And I don't know, man. That's hard to do.
I know. Speaking of going to Dallas, Cowboys beat the Lions 20-19 on a controversial ass penalty. So I fell asleep in I don't know, maybe the fourth quarter, and woke up and saw everything trending. The group chat's going crazy, and I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. Looking on Twitter, I was seeing conflicting stories. Mostly Dallas fans are saying, nothing happened. You're seeing the Lions side saying we won that game.
Yeah.
Which obviously they did, because if that call wasn't screwed up, that reffing crew wouldn't be suspended from the playoffs and demoted. That alone tells you they screwed up.
They fucked up. Yeah.
And it's weird because Dallas with that one penalty call and back with Matt Stafford on the when the linebacker ran over I think Brandon Pettigrew or something like that, Eric Ebron, somebody back in the day that they picked up the flag on the pass interference in a playoff game back in the day. I was maybe 2009-ish. But when you look at that, I mean, bro, how do you mess up a call like that? You just changed the whole structure of the NFC.
It did. It actually did, because now Detroit actually had a chance to be the number 1 seed.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. They had a chance to be the 1 seed. And now look, that whole thing is just insane. The fact that
I don't think they ever would have gotten the 1 seed though, because
it
looks like the Rams are going to bench their players this week. So
don't sleep on Wentz.
It looks like the Rams are going to be playing their backups this weekend. So it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, that just really sucks for the Lions, man. But also, Dan Campbell, show some self-control, brother.
Yeah.
You're going for 2 on the 7-yard line in a rage.
No, I know.
Come on, bro. Kick the field goal, go to overtime. You just drove.
That was stupid.
They just wasn't the last drive 60 yards or something like that? 70 yards. Didn't they start on the 20? I'm just saying, come on, bro. Kick the field goal.
That was stupid.
And not for nothing, Dallas ain't going into the playoffs hot.
That was dumb. That was really dumb.
If that doesn't happen, they're on a 3-game losing streak too. But it is what it is. Look, calls like that, sometimes you got to be lucky, and sometimes luck could propel you.
I just hope that doesn't spark Dallas, though, dude. That's one of those wins where everybody all season said they couldn't win a close game. They couldn't beat good teams. They did that all in one game.
They actually didn't win that game, though. Look,
they didn't win the game. No, they didn't. It's weird because I don't even know where I stand on this. Because
they scored a touchdown. But here's the thing. I'm going to get called out on this because I am an Eagles fan and I am not a Dallas fan. Objectively speaking, on the play that was called, if the ref doesn't make an error, the Lions scored. It wasn't like they didn't score or it was an incompletion. They scored, and then it was a wrong call, which, again, it was a wrong call. The referee crew got demoted, and they're not allowed to coach in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's telling you all you need to know is that they fucked that up.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It is what it is. The Eagles shouldn't have been in this position to begin with, so it has nothing to do with the Eagles.
But it was weird because it was a late flag. I thought Detroit won. I'm looking at everybody's faces. They showed Dak. He looked like he's seen a ghost. McCarthy couldn't believe it. He wanted to slam his clipboard. And then all of a sudden, dude, it's a fucking flag. And you're sitting there like, what? What happened? And it was late, too. It was late as shit.
And what's craziest, too, is I don't buy into Dallas gets all the calls. Dallas gets all the flags. They haven't won in 30 years. So obviously they're not getting meaningful flags or calls.
It ain't helping.
It's nothing about that. It has nothing to do with that. It's just when you look at it, if I'm an Eagles fan, that's sick. But here's the thing. Dallas had to live through that Dez when they called it a not catch.
That's true.
That was a catch. They had to live through Tony Romo when he dropped the field goal, when he dropped that as a placeholder.
That was crazy.
So you know what I mean? So things go, there's human element to it, but there's a level of mistakes you can't make, and that was egregious.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, speaking of rules, what do you think about the touchback rule if the player fumbles into the end zone?
It needs to be a 15-yard penalty. Stop giving the ball to the other team. Make it a 15-yard penalty, because that's a stupid rule.
But I love it.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it, bro. I think it's so stupid. It's the worst rule in football.
But my thing is, you got to give the defense some incentive, dude. It's an offensive game. If
but
you
not for nothing.
No, my thing is this. If you fumble, you're a jackass to fumble at the fucking inch line. It
happens.
I know it happens, but he fumbled like a dumbass because he didn't hold the ball correctly. That was his fault. So if he held the ball correctly, he would have been fine. He wouldn't have fumbled. But it didn't happen. I love it because my thing is it gives the defense an opportunity. And in such an offensive game that you got to give something for the defense. They call a fucking flag every single play, every third down. I don't know why. Like seriously, I don't know why every single offensive coordinator in the NFL does not go deep at least once or twice per drive. They are calling flags like left and right. Just go for it. Chances are you're going to get a penalty and you're going to get a big play. That's my thing. I don't know why people don't take more shots.
Yeah.
Because every time I see a deep ball, it's a flag. It's a fucking it's fucking crazy.
I know.
Illegal hands to the face. It's fucking like it's
and then there's an actual penalty and they don't call it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get me though, right?
Yeah.
Like, my thing is just take the shot deep, man. If they're going to call the flags and you hate it, let it be on your side for once.
Yeah.
Create your own luck.
Yeah, I just like
that's my thing.
With that rule, bro, I just think it's so corny. Like you could lead an 80-yard drive and it's like you could be running, somebody pokes it out and it goes into the end zone and it's like, come on, bro. Like, can't you back it up 25 yards or something, put them back at the 20-yard line at the edge of the red zone?
But what do you think about a tip ball and somebody catches it? Luckily as hell. Like lucky as shit, right?
Well, but that's a legitimate turnover.
But that's a legitimate turnover too.
Yeah, but
to strip the ball out at that point on the field, you got to get some points for that. Like not points, but you got to get an incentive. And getting the ball back for your offense, I think that's the best way. I love the rule.
So it's an interesting take because I mean, the way you're explaining, like I know what you're saying. Like I feel you on that. I do understand what you're saying. It's just for me, I've always hated it because it's like I felt, not that I felt bad for CD, but it's like it happened to Justin Jefferson early in the year.
Oh yeah,
it happened to CD. Yeah, and I'm just looking and I'm like, oh my god. Like for the Eagles, I was happy as hell. But like when I saw it for CD, it's like, oh my god, man! Like, come on, dude.
It
like,
does suck, but you got to hold on to the ball.
But no, I do understand that point of view. Actually, I really do. I really do understand that. Like, and thinking about it, like theoretically, I'm like, that kind of makes sense. It's an incentive for the defense where they get a legitimate turnover, because if you do 15 yards, then you're like, essentially guaranteeing a field goal.
Yeah, it's funny because like I was on Twitter and everybody was talking about that rule and all that shit. And
I tweeted about it.
Yeah, no,
and I'm like, yo, we need to change that rule to a 15-yard penalty. But you weren't the
only one, and I was surprised. And I'm like, why? Yeah. Then I started figuring out. I'm going through people's profiles. They're gamblers. They had the overs. It makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't bet on that.
It makes sense why they were pissed.
Yeah, I didn't bet on it.
So, like, yeah, I understood why they were upset about it, but I like the rule in general. I think it's good for football.
Well, I bet the Eagles in the playoffs, but I can't. It's hard for me to bet Dallas because I never know if it's my heart or my head.
I can't bet that. I won't bet that.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
It's not worth it.
I know. In a potential rematch, before we move on, Dallas at Lions at Dallas. Who would you take?
Well,
in the divisional round,
honest to God, like I actually think the Lions put up a really good fight in this game, and I didn't think Dallas.
The Cowboys played well.
I didn't think the Cowboys played well.
Played like ass.
I didn't think the Cowboys played well, and Dak threw for 345 yards, right? Albeit, CeeDee Lamb had a crazy game,
that bomb,
and that bomb. But at the same time, he played really well. But I just felt like they left a lot of meat on the bone on the drives. Like I feel like the next time, I think Dallas is going to put up more points. And, I think Dallas's defense played really well against Detroit. And I don't know, just the way Dallas has been playing at home, I would take my chances with them on their own turf next time. For sure.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
For me, that game would be a coin flip.
Detroit, if it's at Detroit, I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I would take, because the way Dallas has played on the road this year,
It's been suspect.
chances are they're going to have a cough up game, and I'll take the Lions there.
They haven't slipped up yet. I think that would be actually like an awesome playoff game
For sure.
That would be an awesome playoff game. I think that would be a coin flip, and it would just come down to, I think.
But I think Dallas is better. I think Dallas is a better team, personally.
That's tough, man.
Because look, if we go back to the game, right? Just going back to the fumble.
Yeah.
That play doesn't matter in the end.
I will say one of the best
mean?
throws I've ever seen Dak Prescott make was when I don't know what that linebacker was doing. That linebacker could have put him in a coma before he made the 50-yard pass to CD Lamb.
He whiffed.
When they were showing
like
the replay on Twitter, I'm like, bro. Oh yeah, he did glitch. I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, you could have buried him. And then he spun around and threw the bomb, and CD Lamb's running in the middle, and it just hit him right in his mitts. And I'm like, holy shit.
It was a great play.
Yeah, that was awesome. I actually thought right after that they were going to explode, and they just didn't. I thought they were going to take off because that's a momentum changing play.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks for Dallas, though.
What?
Of them underperforming, I think.
Well, 3 weeks in a row. They underperformed against Buffalo. They underperformed against Miami, and it was the Lions.
That's right, Miami. That was the game that I'm referring to. If that
penalty doesn't happen, they're on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say Buffalo. Yeah, the last time they have played well on offense was against the Eagles, ironically.
Yeah.
And that was when they were on the heater, though.
That was when they were in the midst of it. Then they went to Buffalo, got smoked. They went to Miami. They lost on the final drive.
Game.
And then they played the Lions, and, they won, but they still had, and there's like an asterisk next to that.
Yeah. Who gives the best chance to beat the Niners, in your opinion? In the NFC, if you had to pick one team that you'd be like, you know what? I think that team could beat them.
Truthfully,
I think it's the Rams.
The Rams, because of Sean McVay, and they're familiar with the park.
Yeah, I think it's
the Rams.
I would feel comfortable taking the Rams.
But there's a part of me too, like I think a lot of people need to slow down on the Rams.
I don't know.
Look, I think the Rams are good. I know they got hot late in the season, but their schedule was garbage. They
played some tough teams, though.
They did.
They played the Eagles.
They did play the Eagles, and the Eagles got them.
The Eagles got them.
I know they played the Ravens well. I get it. But the Lions are also a good team, and the Ravens blew them out. The Niners are a good team. The Ravens blew them out. So it's just like, for me, like,
that's why everybody has a lot of faith in the Rams, because it's like, they were that was the hardest game they gave the Ravens since their last loss.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
And it came down to the wire in Baltimore. So I think that was a spark for them. I knew they were going to struggle this weekend against the Giants.
Me too. It was a trap game.
It was a trap game.
Yeah.
They were waiting for the Niners.
And now they're
it doesn't matter.
6th seed.
It doesn't matter anymore. So
I just feel like, for me, I don't have any. I think Sean McVay is an awesome coach. The reason I'm going with the Rams is because right now I don't trust the Eagles. I can't trust them.
Excellent comment.
Huh?
Excellent comment by Tom. They keep teams in the game, though. That's a fact.
Who?
Ain't safe in the offs. Yep. Tom, he said the Rams. They keep teams in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah,
he's absolutely right.
Yeah, and I just feel like, so I think like I said, if the Eagles were the 2nd seed and it was the Rams at the 7th, like I was saying, I'm like, damn. But I just feel like I don't trust the Eagles right now. I think they have a lot of issues. I don't know if they can correct them in time. I'm holding out hope. I don't trust Dallas just because on history, and this year they still haven't shown me enough in those clutch moments. And it's just, for me, I think the NFC playoffs, even the AFC playoffs, I think this is going to be the best playoffs that I can remember in years. I think this playoffs is going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think there's going to be upsets. I think there's going to be just crazy shit going on, because who knows what it is.
It's going to be like the March Madness.
It's going to be fun. I don't know what's going to happen. I think Baltimore should be the clear-cut favorite to win it all.
But it never works out like that.
And look,
there's somebody going to catch them.
I think the Eagles were in the same position coming into the year.
Mm-hmm.
The person that's the overwhelming favorite that everybody keeps saying, Eagles are going to win. Eagles are going to win. Ravens are going to win. The Chiefs are going to win. Overwhelming favorites never win.
All the money's going to be on Baltimore.
And I hate that for Lamar, because I want Lamar to win, especially after he put paws and feet on the Dolphins this weekend and hung 56 in them.
That was insane.
Can we talk about Lamar?
Yeah, we could talk about it.
So he's going to win the MVP. Nick Wright made a comment, and I actually think he's correct. I think it's going to be unanimous again because CMC's out.
Is that fair? Just because he set out one game, he's going to be united. He don't get any votes.
Carson lost it when he sat out 2.
That's fucking stupid.
Carson lost it.
I wouldn't. they need to put real motherfuckers in that voting booth, bro. Like people that actually like can be objective a little bit and not just dick suck. You know what I mean? Like I hate that. Everybody's just glazing over Lamar, and it's like, bro, like we're able to acknowledge the greatness of CMC he had this year.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the Niners and you watch the Niners game, that dude's the fucking engine. When he's getting 8 yards a pop, you ain't beating that team. You're not, because their scheme is just way too. They're just fantastic.
Who?
They get Debo open. Ayuk's he's exploded this year. Like their offense is just so flawlessly executed. So like, and it's all because CMC is able to get them positive yards every time they run the ball. Look at the bad teams in the NFL. They can't run the ball. Why? Because they don't have a good running back.
I know, bro, but when you look at the Lamar, look, I know Lamar doesn't have the gaudy numbers, but
bro, he was putting up numbers in Carolina. Carolina stinks.
No, I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, like in fairness with Lamar, dude, he's throwing to Isaiah Likely.
No, I think Lamar is the MVP. But to say unanimous, I disagree.
Oh, I got you. I was saying, here's the thing. I think he's going to wind up being the unanimous. Like when what's his face said that, I'm like, he's kind of right. I just feel like it's coming for that. And to be a 2-time unanimous MVP 2 times in 4 years, salute, bro. What are you going to say about it?
Nah, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely like he's having a fantastic year. I mean,
do you think this? Do they go to the bowl this year?
Well, no, the bottom. Well, hold on before I get to that. But what I want to say is that if we are going to give it to Lamar this year, then we're just going simply off the best team, like the quarterback on the best team, because statistically he's not better than.
But that's what I
a lot
told
of quarterbacks.
Statistics don't matter.
No, but they do.
They do, but you can use them. You can't rely on them. If you have 40 touchdowns,
they do matter because Tom Brady had better stats than Aaron Rodgers in all the categories.
Yeah, and he didn't win.
Aaron Rodgers got the MVP because he won one more game.
They were the ones.
That is a joke.
They were the ones.
I know, but if we're going to go off that, like that's what I'm saying. The MVP is going to the quarterback on the best team, with the best record in the NFL. If that's what we're doing with the MVP, then call it what it is. It's not the most valuable player.
Yeah, but Lamar is
or
valuable to that team.
Or keep it the MVP, give it to the quarterback on the best team, right, per year, and then make another award saying the best player in the league.
But I don't think that Lamar Jackson is a product of a good team. I think Lamar Jackson is the engine of a good team.
I don't disagree, but their defense is outstanding.
It is, but
their defense is number one.
But I think Lamar inspires that defense. Because I think they want to play for Lamar.
Sure.
I think that he's the leader of that group, and things like that.
But they made some good moves, though, Mike. They made some really good moves. They drafted
Their defense
Patrick Queen.
is awesome.
They traded for Roquan Smith, from Chicago. I mean, he's been fantastic for them. So this team is really, really good, like defensively. And when you can run the ball like they can, and Lamar has improved as a passer the way he has, and you have a defense like that. They got the recipe to beat anybody in the playoffs.
I actually agree with Jim's dad. He said Dak and put a wig face. I actually don't hate that.
Well, I
think Dak has an MVP case. I do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think Lamar is unanimous, then he ain't going to get any votes. And is that fair?
I don't know. But here's the thing. The hard part, what screwed Dak up was the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
But Dak was in it. But Buffalo kind of conceded it. But I think Dak should be on boards. I think CMC should be on boards. I think Brock Purdy should be on boards. But who knows? Josh Allen should be on there. But I'm talking in the back end of it. Not he shouldn't come in second or have a first place. He shouldn't have one first place vote. But
I mean, you can make it. If Josh Allen beats the Miami Dolphins this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And they win in blowout fashion.
Yeah.
Does Josh Allen have a case?
No. Team underperformed. They underperformed on his watch as the best player. That's the problem.
But here's the thing, though. Was it all on him, though, as the team was crumbling?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Because when the team's going great, is AJ look just what happened to AJ Brown.
But here's the thing. I don't even think Josh Allen, statistically, the last couple games has played all that great.
He hasn't. He was horrible against the Patriots.
Right. But he's winning.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
But
Lamar has had those games too, though.
Bro, I actually heard Richard Sherman said this. Between the months of September and November, Lamar Jackson threw 6 touchdown passes. Or October to November, 6 touchdown passes in 7 games.
Yeah, I know because Tom had him in fantasy. I know he wanted to trade him. I know that was a topic
Yeah.
for him.
But
yeah, no, yeah,
but I agree. But like my thing is going back to what I was saying.
You're going to the quarterback on the best team.
You're going to the quarterback on the best team, but but you can make valid cases for people. So I don't think Lamar should be the unanimous. I don't. But like I said, if there's a Dak vote in there, I get it. How valuable is Dak to the Cowboys? But then again, you're going to have people like, oh, well, Cooper Rush came in and 4 out of 5 games and stuff. And it's like, all right, bro, I get it. But come on now. Cooper Rush ain't what
I mean, like, stuff. Like when people say how valuable Dak is to the Cowboys, it's like,
valuable
but you can say that about every quarterback on every team. Like just about.
Yeah.
Just about.
Justin Herbert. Yeah. And I don't even think Justin Herbert's all that. But is he valuable to the Chargers? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Easton Stick.
That's my point. I couldn't think of the dude's name.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. Like you could say that about every team.
Do you think the Dolphins are a Super Bowl threat?
I don't know, man. They got some bad juju down the stretch here. I don't like it for them. I don't think they're going to close out this season really well. Tyreek Hill is in his house. Apparently was caught on fire.
He was listening to Just Ant.
Yeah, he was. He was listening to the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Who blew his fucking roof off. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's fire.
The Dolphins, but
like, yeah, I saw that. But I saw a video of him outside, and he's in a boot. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's bad vibes in Miami right now. I don't think they're going to close out the way they want to. So I'm going to say no. Actually, I don't think they're a threat. They're not healthy.
Yeah,
Waddle's
that's
out,
not
right?
even that for me. Yeah, I don't think even with Waddle, I don't think they were. And I got to be honest, bro. There's a small part of me, or like a quarter of me. I think the Buffalo beats the brakes off of them.
Me too.
And that's sad for them.
Me too.
Because Buffalo's going to be the 2nd seed, which is just wild.
I think Buffalo is going to be rocking and rolling this weekend, bro.
I
think Stephon Diggs is going to come out party.
Here's the thing. I want them to lose, but it's not for the reasons you think. I want them to lose because I want them to go to Kansas City week 1.
Who?
The wild card.
The Bills?
If the Bills lose, they would go. No. Well, other things need to happen.
Well,
like Seattle and Jags and Pitt need to lose or some shit like that.
Well, no,
because they could be the 2 seed or miss the playoffs.
Regardless, because even if the Steelers win, they're not guaranteed a spot.
Who?
The Steelers.
I know it's tricky. It's tricky for the Bills.
It's tricky. Yeah, no, but for Kansas City, I think their most likely matchup is going to be the Bills.
No, they won't be able to because Kansas City is the 3 seed. Buffalo ain't getting that 6 seed. They're probably going to wind up playing.
No, I think Buffalo would get the 6 seed, bro.
No, they can miss the play. It's either 2nd seed or miss the playoffs.
Right. But I know. But right now, they're the 6th seed.
Oh, yeah, right now. And I would love that in round 1 because I got Josh.
Is crazy.
I got Josh.
So wait a minute. So if you look at the play, because right now they're on the outside looking in. They're the 6th seed right now. Colts are 7. But if they win, I think they are actually the Bills played the Chiefs earlier this season, right? Correct?
Yeah, they bodied them.
The Bills bodied them?
Yeah.
So the Bills beat them, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So that means they had the head-to-head over them. So they would be the 2nd seed. So the Bills would actually play the 7th seed round 1, which could be the Texans, the Steelers, the Colts, and I think that's it. And I think Miami would be in there too.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
Miami's in. Miami's in regardless. Miami would be that seed. Or
probably the 5th.
Or the 6th. Yeah, probably the 5th. You're right.
Yeah.
It is complicated. It's complicated. It's very complicated.
It don't matter because Buffalo's going to stroll them. Saints strolled the Bucks, unfortunately, 23-13.
Oh, we saw that coming. Come on.
Damn, man. I was mad though. I didn't want it to happen. It's just like, damn, like Baker.
We said it on the show.
I know.
When I saw that line, I was like 2.5. I said the Bucks been beating everybody by double digits. They beat Green Bay by double digits. They beat Jacksonville by double digits, and they're only 2.5 point fucking favorites against the Saints at home. That doesn't seem right. So what I did over the weekend is I took the Saints, and I didn't feel good about it. I'll tell you that.
They were bodying. They were dominating.
Before the game, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go off a hunch.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to start doing in 2024, man. Just go with my fucking gut. Stop fucking second guessing shit. Just do it.
Just do it.
Press the red button and go it and just do it, man. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it.
So if the Bucks win, at Carolina, they win the division. If the Bucks lose, the winner of the Falcons and the Saints wins the division. I think the Bucks put one on Carolina.
Yeah,
Baker
bounce
wins
back here for sure.
Baker leads a second team in a different conference to the playoffs, and I am finally validated.
Yeah, no, I think this is a bounce back week. But I will say, if Baker loses this game and they miss the playoffs, do they bring Baker back?
They should, absolutely. He had a good year. No, everybody projected them to be a 3-4 win team.
I mean, what do you do, right? You got to pay Mike Evans.
You got to.
I mean, look, they're not in the best shape.
They got decisions, but I mean, Baker Mayfield played well this year. He's got 30 touchdowns and like 10 interceptions. I mean, that's a good season. Yeah. That's a good season. I know you missed the playoffs. I get it. In a weaker division, I get it. It was his first year. He took over for Tom Brady. His teammates love him. You could tell by that.
Yeah.
You can tell his teammates love him.
It's going to be an interesting situation now.
But if he does lose, I think that takes some money away from him.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, not some. I think it takes away.
Well, because he just lost back-to-back weeks when all he had to do is win one game. It's like the Carson Wentz. Yeah,
I was just going to that. It's the Carson Wentz situation.
I hope it doesn't go to that, though.
I know, because I already lived through the Carson Wentz one, and that's when I had to accept it. He just wasn't him. And for Baker, it's like I'm on the cusp of just feeling like, all right, man, like I wasn't crazy.
Dude, I wish you bet that.
That sucks.
I wish you bet that. See, in 2024, when you say, yo, this team's going to win, just fucking bet it.
You know what's crazy?
Seriously, I'm serious.
We have it in our notes. We can find out what the Bucks per plus to win that division.
They were like 8, 9.
I don't know. We're going to check that out, though, because I want to see that, because I should have bet it. I should have bet it. I said it out back.
You said it, man. You said it
out back.
You did.
Chiefs win the AFC with a win over the Bengals. That was a pretty tough game in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Lou Aronomo just knows how to coach against Patrick Mahomes.
He does.
What do you think about the Chiefs in the playoffs? Do you think they can make noise, or do you think that they're a regular this year?
I don't love what I see. I know they put up 25 points, but at the same time, they kicked like 5 field goals.
Also, Dolphins can't be the 5th seed. The Browns. Forgot about the Browns. They'll be juggling for it, because I think the Browns have the same record.
Yeah, the Browns. They're gonna be a tough out. I'll tell you that. That's a team, man.
That'd be funny to watch them versus the Chiefs.
That's a team.
The shifts.
That's a team. But going back to the Chiefs, man, I don't love what I see. They kicked like 6 field goals. So I just, they're sputtering on offense. Travis Kelce doesn't look to me to be the same. I don't know.
Say it with me. What did I say 2 weeks ago? He looks what?
You say he looks washed.
Does he not?
It's just weird. Like, it's almost like
he don't look like his heart's in it.
Yeah, like she sucked the soul out of him.
Yeah,
straight up, yo. Straight to the point.
Yeah, bro.
Like, yo, this ain't the same player. This guy was going number 1 round in fucking fantasy. This is the tight end we're talking about.
He got his
and now this dude, like, I'd rather start Njoku over him any day of the week. I'd rather fucking even start maybe what's his name? Tucker Kraft. Dead ass. So, like, he ain't doing shit, man. Like, this ain't the same old Travis Kelce we have, that we're accustomed to seeing him. So it's very bizarre what's going on. But I don't understand. When I watch the Chiefs, why the hell are you not getting the ball to Rashee Rice?
I don't know.
When you do these trick plays to Valdez Scantling and all this shit, stop. It's not going to work.
Stop it.
Just stop.
Get some help.
Like, you threw a bomb to Valdez, and it went right through his hands. I thought it was a good pass by Patrick Mahomes. Was it a little bit out of reach? You can make the case, but I thought he should have caught it because it went right through his hands.
Good wide receivers make those
catches. And I think when you gave Rashee Rice the opportunity, look what he did. He took his shit deep to for 60 fucking 5 yards. Yeah, he didn't score, but that's the kind of plays that's what Kansas City was used to when they were winning. They were used to the chunk plays, like the Tyreek Hill plays. Like, that was the Chiefs that we all remembered. So when they're playing on offense, it baffles me that Rashee Rice has 2 targets in the first half. And it's like, bro, like, he's your best wide receiver.
Feature him.
Like, stop. What are you guys doing? Andy knows this, though. That's what's shocking about this. It's like, I don't know. It's just, maybe he's not getting open, but it looks like to me he gets separation, and when he does, he's the one that's actually catching the football, and he's making a play after the catch. He's getting yards after the catch. That's what you got to do. Now, stop going to the Valdez-Scantling and all this shit. It ain't working. Yeah. It ain't. You've already seen what's going to happen. And now it looks like they're benching their players. So I don't love it. I don't love it.
Quick prediction next year, since the Bengals got eliminated, where do they go next year?
I think the Bengals go to the playoffs. I think Joe Burrow is going to come back with a vengeance, along with Jamar Chase. Because Jamar Chase is going to want his money coming up, so he's going to be on the mission. They're going to be without T. Higgins, but I do think they can replace him with somebody. Here's a bold prediction. I don't think Chris Godwin's going to be on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next year, but I think he can go to Cincinnati. I think he could thrive in Cincinnati.
Chris Godwin with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and then you can keep a Tyler Boyd, like he's serviceable. So
Tyler Boyd is good.
I just feel like I don't know. That's my bold prediction with Cincinnati. I think they're going to replace him somehow, and that would be a perfect replacement, honestly. Even though I think T. Higgins is, I would say, better when he's healthy. He's fucking awesome.
I know.
Like when I watch him, he's a beast. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite players, man. Like when he's healthy, he's a really good player. But yeah, man. I'll be honest. That was probably my best take this year.
What?
Was that Cincinnati was going to miss the playoffs, and the Jets were going to miss the playoffs, and the Browns were going to make the playoffs.
I know.
That was my best take. My worst take was that the Rams were going to be some shit, because I love the Rams down the stretch now, ironically enough. And my Super Bowl prediction, the Chargers. I had them in the Super Bowl. What a dumbass. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think. What was my worst take of the year? I would have to look back because I probably said some bad shit at the time.
Oh man, I have kicked myself so many times with the takes I've had, I don't know.
Oh, I had Miami missing the playoffs. I didn't think Miami was going to be good this year. I thought they were going to slip back.
You might be right though.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of right on that.
The Bills too.
The Bills, I was right. I said they're a 9-win team.
Mm-hmm.
I said if it was 9.5, I would bet under.
Yeah.
What else? I might have had the Bengals.
The Bills have 10 wins, though. You would have been wrong, though. The Bills have 10 wins.
I had the Bengals beating the Super Bowl. Beating the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And it don't look like the Eagles again.
Tom commented, the Eagles ain't in trouble. Nothing to worry about. Cracking the fuck up.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
How much cap space will Bengals have? I don't know, Dave. We have to look that up.
Cowboys are not getting T. Higgins. No shot.
I think there is a shot.
They're not going to pay him. Dak, do you know the kind of money Dak's going to get after this year? They're not going to be able to afford it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Do you know how much money Dak is getting this offseason?
It's a good point.
Especially if they go far in the playoffs. They're not, but if they go far in the playoffs.
If they got T. Higgins, bro, oh shit. That would be aerial assault.
It would be crazy. It would be
like straight up aerial assault, bro. They be dropping bombs on people.
It would be crazy. Especially the way they throw the ball the whole time because they don't run.
That can't happen. Where is a destination you think T. Higgins can go to?
Carolina.
Hell no. You think he would go there?
For $35 million? Yes.
He ain't winning shit.
It doesn't matter. $35 million? I
don't know.
I'll never win another football game.
Here's a good one. What about Green Bay?
Nah. They don't pay for premier free agents. They didn't do it with Aaron Rodgers.
Yo, that would be crazy shit.
That would be great for them. Although they got a nice young trio. The trio.
What, the Eagles?
Nah.
Fucking load up.
Yeah. Nah, we can't afford them.
Load up.
Well, we actually could because Jalen Hurts' cap hit is like $6 million, which is
just load the fuck insane. Up. Yeah, 1 year deal, fucking 25 M's.
No, we need to quit. We got other needs. We're fine at wide receiver. We got other needs. My bad. All right, let's go. Eagles -5.5 at the Giants. Do you think this is a must win for the Eagles? Or you think it's just kind of they should go out and work on shit?
I personally do. I think you need to end the season on a good note. You never want to end the season on a loss. Not to say that's the end of the world, but like in their situation, like I feel like a win here would kind of like boost, morale a little bit, in my opinion. And I know it's the Giants.
I'm with you. I feel the same way.
And I know it's the Giants and all, but a win's a win, dude. And like it doesn't matter who you play. So, oh yeah, your guys here, Bengals forever. We were just talking about the Bengals.
I was just talking about the Bengals.
Damn, man. Bengals damn, man. He's a Pals fan. Pals, I'm here. That's fire. Hashtag
What's
Pals,
up, man?
I'm here.
I was just talking about the Bengals. I had them in the Super Bowl this year, beating the Eagles, I believe. Yeah, it sucks, man. I really do root for the Bengals. I root for the Bengals like they're like one of my teams.
Yeah,
now.
that's your squad, yo. It's weird because I root for
and the Bengals are orange, my favorite color. It all fits with me for that. Obviously, but I'm Eagles, till the wheels fall off and whatever happens this year, whatever. I'll ride with them to the end. But we were just talking about the Bengals. I'm with you on that Eagles take. Like, bro, come out there, put up 30
for sure.
Feel good going into the playoffs. Get ready. Maybe the Cowboys slip up. Maybe they do. Who knows? But even if they don't, you want to go in as the 5th seed, you're going to have to play 3 road games. If you're the 5th seed, go get some confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Go out there, have fun, work on shit that you've been having trouble with, such as, the offensive line pulling and the holes getting there for Jalen Hurts, work on the RPOs, run the ball. Stop trying to be a passing team. Jalen Hurts doesn't have the skill set or the ability. Jalen Hurts is not a sit in the pocket and pick you apart. That's not his skill set.
No.
The Eagles need to be a running team. That's what they were last year, and that's why they were dominating, because the run was opening up the pass. Jalen Hurts isn't a top 5 thrower of the ball in the league. He's not. He's never going to be that. But Jalen Hurts has the unique skill set that, if it's used correctly, can thrive.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the most talented guy, but the coaches, they need to go back to being a run-first team, and I believe that they can right the ship. It might be too little, too late, but that's where I'm at with them. They got to go back to being a run-first team and getting Jalen in rhythm and comfortable, because Jalen Hurts isn't one of those dudes that is just going to throw you home. He can when he's in rhythm. He's shown that in the Super Bowl and the playoff games. He can do it, but it's all predicated off of them getting that run game going. Why did you trade for DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, because when you pay somebody $250 million, he's got to be able to throw you home, though.
He can. I'm not saying he can't throw you home.
I know.
But Jalen Hurts isn't. He's not
what you're saying. I think
guy.
You're saying that he's a little inconsistent. I think you're saying there is some cracks in his game. Whereas we're finally getting to see it, and now I think you're kind of like, oh shit. Maybe he is mortal. Maybe
No, I never thought Jalen Hurts was immortal or anything like that. I just thought that.
Not what I didn't mean it like that.
I think Jalen Hurts' leadership.
High regard.
Jalen Hurts' leadership makes him one of the top tier quarterbacks, because I feel like his teammates love him. But Jalen Hurts, if you put Jalen Hurts on the Cardinals, are they better than what they are now? Yes, I think he's good like that. But I don't think that it's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. But I think Jalen Hurts is really good. And I know he can get you to a Super Bowl, and he outplayed Mahomes in that Super Bowl.
That's a fact.
I just feel like, for me, they need to get back to the basics, but it's all predicated on them running the fucking ball. You have to run the ball to get Jalen Hurts going.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that take. I just, what happened to the play action? We don't have that in our bag anymore.
Where is it? That's what I'm saying. Where's the creativity? It's vanilla. It looks like Pee-wee.
But it's funny, though, because the Eagles' best drives of the game, if you ever notice, when you watch their offense, their best drives that they have every single game, they always involve Dallas Goedert. Always. Yeah. When you get him the ball, you open up the field. Like, you open up space. Like, now they have to worry about the middle of the field. And now you got 2 bomb-ass receivers on the end, wide receiver ones. Now they got to worry about them, too. I know Devontae Smith is out now, which is unfortunate.
Sucks, dude.
That really is going to hurt the Eagles. Hopefully he can recover in time for the game. I don't know how severe it is. That there wasn't any. Was there any reports about any X-rays or anything, MRIs? I don't know. But all I heard is he left in a walking boot, and that's all I know. And but that is going to be a big loss. So they have to involve Goddard more now, and you have to run the ball, because now teams are just going to double AJ. Yeah, that's just what's going to happen. And now we're, Julio Jones, he stepped up. Yeah, he did. He actually he scored 2 tutties. What more can you say? He did his job. Put 14 points on the board. But it's just I like to see a little bit more consistency on offense. I agree with you. I just I like to throw the ball down the field. Like I said, if they're
you can do that if you run the ball, because you're keeping the defense honest.
But the thing, you have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, right? He's having a dominant season. Take the chance down the field. If it gets intercepted, okay, it happens, but it's like a punt. Like, I'd rather you die on that hill. Like, I'd rather you die on that hill. Like, just take your chance, because either the percentages of AJ Brown coming down with the ball and or you're going to get a flag are very high.
I know.
So, like, okay, you're going to have your picks. If you could throw a good ball down deep, you know what I mean? You have the wide receiver that can make the play. Go take the chance.
I know.
When you got single man coverage, you got to take your chances. But you know what I mean? But like, so it's like, you got to mix it up. You got to run the ball, and then you got to throw it deep, and then you got to get Goddard involved. You got to get the defense guessing.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And when you don't, when you keep doing fucking screens, it ain't gonna work.
I told you, bro. What Goddard? I told you in the beginning of the year with fantasy, I'm like, bro, he's running 3-yard outs like a decoy. Goddard's the top 5 tight end.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he's got to be utilized. And you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. For this Giants game, I want to see them smiling, having fun, get back to feeling good, get the vibes up, and get ready for potentially 3 road playoff games.
Yeah.
In your pursuit to get back to the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's what it needs to be. I'm looking. This is like a vibes game. I want to see the team competing, having fun, and just looking like whole again.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see stupid shit. Like this game against the Giants, it shouldn't be no 10-7 at halftime.
Yeah.
And if you're up 24-6 or something like that, the game shouldn't finish 31-21.
There is no way in hell AJ Brown walks out of this game with less than 10 targets. There's just no way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
There's no way. 10. I'm being nice. I was going to say 12.
Do you think that Dallas do you think Dallas loses? I don't. I think it's a close game.
I think Dallas wins. I think Dallas wins. I think it's going to be close because they're going to be distracted with the scoreboard watching.
If they lose, they're not going to win a playoff game. I'm serious.
That would be demoralizing.
That will break that. That will break that team.
Yeah, that would break them.
So,
for sure.
That
would hurt.
I think they win. Absolutely. I think they win though. Like I said, I think it's a closer game because them and the Commanders are a huge rivalry. They always play close.
Yeah.
But Dallas is obviously better. The Commanders stink. Yeah, it's just one of them weird things. But I think Dallas gets them.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think this is going to be Ron Rivera's last game as a head coach.
It should be
Commanders.
It should be. He's ass.
Yeah. No, I think this is his last go around.
We talked about this game a little bit more earlier. Bills -3 at the Dolphins. I'm surprised by that line. I love the Bills. Winner of the game is the AFC East champion. Who you got?
I got the Bills, man. I think they win. I think they cover this line. The fact that they're 3-point, favorites on the road in a must-win game for the division title, I mean, it tells me everything I need to know. I think the Bills win this game comfortably. I think Josh Allen has a good game. I think this is a Stephon Diggs game. I just think that they're gonna put up points in this game. I'm taking the overs, whatever it is. I don't give a shit.
So I love the overs.
I love the overs.
With you on that.
I love the overs in this game. I mean, I have to see what Tyreek Hill's status is because that does depend on shit. But the Bills, this is going to be a blowout.
This is actually my favorite bet of the weekend.
I like Stephon Diggs to score. I like Gabe Davis to score, and I like James Cook. Those are my 3
love
touchdowns.
the Bills this weekend. They're my favorite bet of the weekend. I think Josh Allen and them boys put on a show.
I think they have to.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's necessary for them, similar to the Eagles, like in the ballpark of it for vibes, especially because I feel like their vibes are fucked up right now, even though they're winning.
Well, if they lose,
that Stephon Diggs shit is screwed up though.
If they lose, they're still in it. They just need a lot of help. They need teams to lose because of who they lost to.
Who do you trust more, Josh or Tua, in a big game?
I'm gonna go with Josh because if you look at his playoff stats. It's lit, bro. They're damn good, and I know he's had a couple. He's had a game where he didn't perform. I think it was against Miami. Ironically, Skylar Thompson. Ironically, that was one of the worst. That was the worst playoff game he's had. But outside of that, he's been excellent. Like you couldn't ask for a better quarterback. Statistically,
he played trash against the Bengals too. But can we go on this? Yeah, he was obviously screwed up from DeMar Hamlin.
Sure,
and I think that played a part because the Bills never looked good. I mean, look, the Bills, they had a rough season last year. They're back 8 games. They played like shit, mainly Josh Allen, when I was ripping them apart. But with the whole thing after that, your team's playing bad, your boy, all that shit that happened on the field. And then you come in and it's like you look at in the playoffs and you go toe-to-toe with Skylar Thompson and then get the floor wiped with you with Joe Burrow. I just feel like, like last year, I think it's kind of like, I don't want to say a wash, but like I'll cut him some slack on that.
I mean, look, he's been through a lot. I mean, like just like you said, but he's got wide receiver issues. I mean, Stephon Diggs with all his bullshit.
I could argue that right now is Josh Allen's most impressive year to me because he's doing it without Stephon Diggs being a monster.
Right. Correct. And not even that. With all the shit that you said, on top of that, Stephon Diggs' brother comes out and says what he said about Josh Allen taking shots at the quarterback. And it's like, damn, like you've been talking shit behind me. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's bad vibes. And he's got this team playing to a division title at the last game of the year. So, and it's like, we didn't expect that.
Oh, no, hell no.
If you look at their schedule, it was murderer's row, and they got through it.
I know.
So, you know what? Credit to the Bills.
Yeah, credit to Josh
deserve
Allen.
to be in this position.
I trust Josh Allen more than Tua because I haven't seen Tua perform in big moments yet.
Right.
Mostly all Tua shit is when he's blowing a team out. And it's like, all right, that's cool. But I've seen Josh do it, albeit he's made a lot of dumb mistakes too that I've ragged on him for. But at the end of the day, we know what Josh Allen's about.
Mm-hmm.
And if Josh Allen is the dude that, everybody loves, I don't love him, but I'm just saying, he should come out here and do his thing against that defense too.
You'll come around to him though, I think.
I think
he will.
I don't really trust Josh in a setting because I always feel like, to me, Josh Allen is always due for a stinker.
I know, but man, like,
and deep down, there's times where like you go into a game and you're like, is this, it's almost like the first or second drive. And it's like, this is the type of day this dude's going to have.
You could tell by the first drive. When they go down and score a touchdown, he's going to put
what's
40.
on.
Yeah.
He's a very streaky type dude.
He's a quick striker.
Yeah, I know. Because he was frustrating really me in fantasy because I'm like, but then I look up and he's got 37 points and I'm like, all right, bro, I don't even watch his games. I know it's going to be 30 and I know it's going to be annoying to watch it.
It is going to be annoying because you're like, how the fuck did you get 30? But like, dude, the guy is a monster.
I know.
He does it all.
Jags -5.5 at the Titans. How are the Jags laying 5.5 points?
He does it all.
Yeah. How are the Jags laying 5.5 points when they're 1-4 in their last 5 games?
I honestly, I'm speechless.
The Jags are trash.
I'm speechless, bro.
And that was my worst take of the year. I said Trevor was the best bet for MVP, and I thought that he would lead the Jags to the 1 seed.
The Jags, we had them as a 1 seed.
That's what it was.
That was definitely the worst.
That's one of my worst takes of all time.
Well, no, I would say the Chargers are definitely the worst because I had them in the Super Bowl. They didn't even make the fucking playoffs.
But I said I thought the Jaguars were going to the AFC Championship game. I thought they were going to be the 1 seed. I thought the whole division was going to be ass, and that would allow them to get 6 wins. And then I thought the rest of their schedule lined up great for them to be able to do it. And I'm off the Trevor Lawrence train. I don't want to hear any more hype about him. The dude is just a quarterback right now. The dude is just a quarterback.
You think he's hurt?
I don't care if he's hurt, bro. You're out there. That's not my problem. And not for nothing, you weren't hurt in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, what if the Jags fumble this, though?
What do you mean? They could.
They fumble the division. They could, dude.
That would be so funny.
Bro, right now, yeah, they don't have anything locked up.
No. The Texans could win it.
The Texans could win it.
And the Colts, I think. Oh, no, the Colts are 1 game back. 2 games back.
I hate to say this. I really don't like the Jaguars this weekend. I think Tennessee. I think Tennessee is the bet of the weekend.
The money line or 5.5?
5.5 points.
I'll give you 5.5.
I'll take the 5.5 all day.
I know.
Pause. No, straight up. I would take the Titans at 5.5. I know they've been playing like shit on offense, but this is one of them weird games that I think Vrabel is going to be playing spoiler here.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is a perfect Vrabel game.
It's vindictive.
Derrick Henry is going to have like 20 carries or more because you don't know what his future.
I was just about to say
they're going to run his ass to the ground.
And also, is it Mike Vrabel's last game?
Could be. That would be stupid, but
if they fire him, they're dumbasses. I would fire Nick Sirianni for Vrabel tonight.
Yeah, no cap.
I'm dead ass. I love Mike Vrabel, bro.
Yo, Vrabel would have the Eagles defense rocking.
I agree, dude.
They would be ready week in and week out.
No cap.
And they would be schematically good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what I like about
the Titans have been hanging in with Ryan Tannehill.
If we can get fucking what's his name? Shane Steichen. Oh man. As an offensive coordinator,
that was such a big loss, man. I knew it too.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think they do? Do you think what do you think the Titans do for quarterback next year? Do you think they go with Will Levis? I think he earned a full season of look.
Based on what? Like 1 game?
No.
2 games?
I just feel like he showed moments where it's just like, all right, he could game. He's got game.
I think the Titans are done with this shit.
With Malik
I think the Titans are going to go get a veteran.
Russ?
No. I don't think they're rocking with Russ, bro.
Who's the vet? Who's going to be? Kirk Cousins.
That's team. Because
Kirk is a Tennessee Titan. Like
If
That
Vrabel
fits.
stays, he ain't drafting another quarterback.
No
that would be
way.
a third year in a row they drafted a quarterback.
In the second round too, right?
Malik Willis, they ain't work out.
Trash.
Will Levis, if
Unknown.
that's going to be your quarterback,
Yeah.
do you really want to stay, Vrabel? Is he
Yeah.
really? Because what's going to happen is if you have a bad season, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I had a better quarterback, and you're going to get fired.
You're going to get canned.
Correct.
Yep, I
Is
agree.
it worth it? So I think they're going to get a veteran quarterback. They're going to cut the deck. They're going to keep Will Levis, kind of like a Zach Wilson situation where they're going to bring somebody in and they're going to teach this kid. Because I do believe he has all the right stuff. I think Will Levis has made all the right stuff. Like, I like the way he plays.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, like I like his passion for the game. I just like how fiery he gets. I think players can get around a player like that. You heard DeAndre Hopkins, what he said.
Yeah.
He thinks his kid's a dog, and that's coming from a Hall of Fame type of player. So that's a really
the best
high
wide receiver in the league for a 5-year stretch.
That's really high praise. So I think it's going to be like an Aaron Rodgers situation, and they're going to bring a veteran in, and they're going to groom Will Levis. But I think at the same time, they know they need a quarterback to compete.
Kirk Cousins would be a perfect fit for the Titans.
Perfect. It would be fantastic. It would be great for them.
Texans
So
minus
that's a great name.
who?
Kirk Cousins, bro. I didn't even think about that.
Him.
Yeah, you are him.
Yeah, I learned it at Helium.
I was out when Russ. When you said Russ, I was like, no.
Well, I forgot about Kirk
That
because he got injured.
experiment, I don't think they want to gamble with
That's
that.
the only reason I forgot about Kirk, because he was injured. Texans minus 1.5 at the Colts. Both teams can win with the win and a Jaguars loss. Do you think if CJ Stroud wins, do you think he's the rookie of the year?
I think if he wins, he's automatically
Win or
rookie of the
lose,
year.
to me, he is.
I don't know.
Bro, it is impressive what he did this year,
Yeah,
dude.
but it's also impressive what Puka did.
I know, but like,
no. I get it. Like, look, you're the quarterback. You're going to get all the praise, right? But when Puka had the opportunities, right? When he got all those targets, he made the most of them motherfuckers.
I know.
Straight up. And he was excellent this year. He was honestly like one of the best wide receivers this season. And he's a rookie. He's a 5th round rookie. 5th round rookie.
I get it, bro. But like, what's CJ? Bro, when they got drafted, when the Texans drafted CJ Stroud, everybody had him at like 2 or 3 wins. Everybody thought they were going to be ass. And it's like, what he did to have him in playoff position. I mean, look at his numbers as a rookie, dude. His numbers as a rookie are crazy.
Look, do I think CJ Stroud's going to win?
3,800 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions as a rookie?
I don't disagree. I think he's going to
With
win.
Tank Dell, Nico Collins.
I think he's going to win it.
And virtually no run game until Singletary got going.
I think he's going to win it for sure. But I think Puka Nacua deserves a lot.
He deserves consideration.
Like, he deserves a lot of love too.
He does. And I look, I feel like
he's like, do I think like when I say a lot of love, I mean like 10% of the voting. Like, I think he was that good. Like,
Puka was amazing. He has 1,200 yards.
When Cooper Kupp was out, he stepped up, a 5th round rookie, and it wasn't a fluke.
It was seamless.
It wasn't a fluke. That's the thing. He's been consistent all year.
I know.
He's made some huge catches and some catches that I'm like,
I wish LJ would.
Holy shit, that's an all-pro wide receiver. He didn't look like a rookie.
I know.
That's the kind of like impact that he's had on that Rams.
Staying in this game, what about Gardner Minshew? If Gardner Minshew wins and gets the Colts to the playoffs, what do you think? What do you think about his future? Does he deserve a spot somewhere starting? I don't know how to judge this dude.
I'm going to say he's still a backup quarterback.
I think so too. But my thing is that he has shown the ability to win games. He did it in Jacksonville.
Now, look, if he gets into the playoffs, I think somebody's going to pay him.
I just think he's a great backup.
I think he's a great backup. I think he's serviceable. I think he can, if your quarterback goes down,
he can do this.
He could do this. He could get you to the playoffs. But and when you get to the playoffs, anything can happen.
I know.
Look at Nick Foles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. So, once you get into that dance, all bets are off because it's one game.
How good are this year's playoffs going to be?
It's going to be.
We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Insanity.
But it's going to be amazing.
But I don't want the Colts in the playoffs.
Me neither.
Like, I want to see the Texans.
I want to see CJ Stroud.
Like, I don't want to see the Jags.
No, they're booty.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like the Texans would be a lot better to watch.
The Texans are a fascinating story.
Like I want to see,
because I think the Texans could legitimately, if they got in as the 7th seed,
yeah,
I think they could legitimately upset the Bills or if it's the Dolphins. I love the Texans to win that game. If the Dolphins win the division and they're the 2nd seed and the Texans are the 7th, I would love the Texans.
I would bet the Texans.
I would love their chances of an upset there.
For sure.
They play hard-nosed defense.
That has upset written all over it.
CJ Stroud is awesome, and I feel like they could make their defense be had.
Yeah, I just want to see like a really good playoffs. Like I'm happy the Browns are in. They're not fighting for contention because that's one of the teams that I think can knock off the top team.
I want to see them versus the Chiefs.
I think the Browns would beat the Chiefs. I think they would win by like 10 points or more. That's how good the Browns are playing. Like they're playing excellent ball. But I think the one team that could beat the Ravens in Baltimore is the Cleveland Browns. Call me crazy, man. I don't care. I think that's the one team that could beat the Ravens in Baltimore.
Who?
No doubt about it.
Really?
No doubt. Because I would play the whole Joe Flacco factor in. He's coming back to Baltimore. He's playing with Cleveland. Cleveland's rolling. It's a division game. Cleveland knows the Ravens inside and out. Vice versa. The Ravens know them. It would be a hard-nosed football game. And what we know about Joe Flacco is that in the playoffs, that guy elevates his game. Like he elevates his game in the playoffs. So, I would bet the Browns to beat the Ravens. That would be my.
I would never do that.
That would be my upset of the weekend.
What?
If that matchup happened, I would take the Browns over the Ravens. Absolutely, bro. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Browns. I've been saying them all year, dude. That team is
the Browns
good.
over the Ravens, bro. Come on now. Don't do me like this.
You didn't listen to what I said because you were too busy on your phone. If you listened to what I said, then you wouldn't have that remark. What I said is that, and I'm getting spicy, right? What I said was, I love it.
Go ahead,
what I said the only team in the AFC that could beat the Ravens in Baltimore is the Cleveland Browns.
And that's asinine.
Why is it? What other team could beat them?
Let me think of the teams real fast. I feel like the Bills would have a chance against them.
No. They would struggle. That defense.
The almighty Josh Allen?
Bro, that defense against turnovers like that, they would feast off of him. It's a bad matchup. I'm telling you. It's a bad matchup. That's the only team that can fuck with them. We already saw it with the Dolphins. They just smoked their ass.
I guess because
the second seed. They're the second seed. They lost by 40.
I know,
right?
but
the Chiefs.
Look, the story
do you think
would
the
be
Chiefs
cool
are beating the Ravens? Hell no.
Because Joe Flacco going there.
That's what I just said that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the story of what you were saying. So, like, I mean, look, I would like that matchup. I think it would be cool as shit.
Oh
Joe Flacco with the Cleveland Browns.
Take the Browns, cuz.
At 80 years old going there.
No doubt.
I seen it last week.
I seen it last week because the Browns are going to the fucking shit, bro. They going to the shit.
You got issues.
They got the juice, bro.
You got issues.
They going to the AFC title game. That team is scary, bro.
Bro. Joe
That's a scary
Flacco
5.
Browns.
That's a scary 5.
It's a scary 7. Yo, shout out Shoot for that wild ass comment.
Nah. I don't know if they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
I got you.
But that is the team that I would look that I think has the best.
They're your team that think could go on a run.
They had the best chance to beat Baltimore in the AFC. That's how I'll stand on that.
Last one before we get to the Week 17 slate. Rams at the 49ers. 49ers -3. 49ers clinched the 1 seed already. Rams are benching Matt Stafford and starting Carson Wentz. We back.
Oh, we back is crazy.
We back.
Week 18 and we back is insane.
Back.
Yo,
he's back.
He's garbage, bro. Stop
You crazy. He's not garbage.
He's not garbage. It's week 18. This is his first start.
He was taking it easy.
He's taking it easy.
He was in the lab.
Yeah, he's in the lab, fucking wearing every single apparel that for every
now
team
he's got Ram
on.
socks.
Yeah, he's got Ram socks.
We lit now.
Oh my god, I hate this guy. Yeah.
I want to talk about this because the Niners are benching their starters, and I go back and forth with this. Would you opt to rest or would you opt to play? Because I always say play. I don't like sitting out like that.
I think you play, but I think you play at half. Like I don't think you play the full game. Because it's meaningless. But like I want to get into
reps.
a rhythm game. Get reps. Like there's nothing better than getting live reps in a game. You can't replicate that. I mean, you could practice and all that, but when you get live reps in a game, that's meaningful. So, I would play my players, whether it's a quarter and a half, 2 quarters, a drive, 2 drives, whatever it is. Get my guys out there just so they don't sit around for 2 weeks, because not for nothing, I just don't believe in that motto. I think when you have momentum, you keep it rolling. So I play my guys, no doubt.
I'm definitely playing them, dude.
Unless there's always circumstances though, Mike. Like if my team has been smacked with injuries all year and we made it this far, I'm probably resting. It depends on, it's situational for me.
Bro, if the Ravens sit their guys this week, they have a first round bye. They're not playing for 3 weeks.
Oh no, the Niners are going to play their guys, I think.
No, the Niners are, but that's what I'm saying.
But the Rams will have.
I would be worried if I'm the Ravens coming back on a 3-week layoff.
Oh, absolutely for the Ravens, yeah. But for the Rams, I don't mind them benching Stafford. Situationally,
I actually don't mind that too much. You're the 6th seed. You already know what's going on. You know who your opponent is.
Right.
So
why take a chance? You already made it that far.
You need Stafford.
Right. That's a situation where I'm like, okay, I don't mind that because of the injury history with Stafford and all that stuff, the past couple of years. So like, I'm okay with them benching Stafford.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
And I'm just excited, man, because I get to watch the GOAT.
Like it's just funny. Like the NFL is just going to be awesome. Like I got to be honest. Like when I saw the odds of the Rams to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, I thought it was crazy. 3,000 plus 3,000. I think that's a really good bet. That I know they struggled against the Giants. I knew that was going to happen though.
Yeah, bro.
That was one of those games. They didn't want to play that game. They're like a fucking bum ass Giants. We got to go all the way to New York and beat their ass and then come back all the way home. Like that's one of those games where you're like, oh, fuck, we got to play them. But so I'm not gonna look at that with a microscope and like detect their weaknesses in that game. I don't care about that. I think this team is really good. I think they're well coached, and I think this team can go on a run. I really do. Depending on matchups in the postseason, this could be the team that could go on a run. Depending on matchups, though.
We start out in 2 weeks. I can't wait
because I think the Rams could beat the Cowboys. I think the Rams can beat the Lions. Although I don't know if it would happen.
I think the whole NFC, with the exception of the 7th seed, could kind of be had.
Yeah, like I think the Rams would smoke us. I hate to say it. I think the Rams would put paws and feet on the Eagles because we ain't guarding Puka Nacua. We ain't guarding Cooper Kupp. We can't guard. They have Kyron Williams 1,000 yards.
He's a stud.
Bro, we just saw what happened last weekend.
It's a bad matchup for us.
James Conner ran for $128.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup.
Kyron Williams ain't no joke. He's a really good runner. And they run the football, and they're creative with their play.
That's I was just going to say that McVay is a
bad matchup for. I don't want no smoke with the Rams, bro.
Yeah, honest to God, I would probably rather play Dallas than the Rams because at least Dallas, it's a familiar foe.
Correct.
And I think Dallas is. And the
Eagles beat the Rams earlier.
That's what I was going to say. Yep. So like for me, it's like all right, the Eagles split with Dallas. It's a familiar foe.
I'm cool
Division
on that.
Game, anything could happen. I said this when we talked with Shoot. I wanted nothing to do with the 2 seed if the Rams were the 7th seed.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. That sucks for the Lions. That's a bad draw.
That's a bad draw.
And I know you're home, but that kind of benefits the Rams because it's a dome. Matt Stafford knows the fucking turf. Jared Goff.
And remember, those 7 seeds, bro, they got nothing to lose.
They're the 6th seed.
Yeah, I know, but they had nothing to lose.
I got you. And the thing is Sean McVay got rid of Jared Goff. He knows his weaknesses.
Sure.
You don't think that defense is going to be ready? So
Aaron Donald's practiced against Jared Goff. He knows how he works. So, I get it.
Week 17 slate. Steelers -3.5 at the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Steelers here. I think.
Right?
Week 18. Yeah, week 18.
Week 18. Slate. That was a typo by me. I'm sorry. I got to be better in 2024. That's
You said that 4 times already, bro.
Accountability.
We're going to go down to 3 times next Wednesday.
Accountability in 2024. That's me. So, yeah, I like the Steelers here. Give me the Steelers both ways.
I got the Steelers both ways, too, especially with...
Oh, no, I don't know, man. Tyler Huntley is going to... He could make some noise, dude.
I knew you were going to do that.
He could make some noise. I'm still going to take the Steelers here. They're the more desperate team. The Ravens, they've come off a couple big wins here. Yeah, I like the Steelers here.
Cool. Falcons at Saints. Saints -3. If the Bucks lose one of these two, the winner of this game clinches.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints here at home. The Falcons are very confusing. I don't understand their scheme. I don't understand their offense. Yeah, they're a question mark, that team. I just don't understand them. Like their whole offense approach is so questionable. Like you drafted a number one a running back with the 6th overall pick, and you don't even use them like properly. It's like, bro, like what's the point? And then you got Drake London, who I think is a really good wide receiver, but you got no quarterback. You keep flip-flopping quarterback.
They're saying Justin Fields is going to go there.
Justin Fields? He ain't saving life in Atlanta. I'm sorry. He's not going to.
He's not. Real fast, we got a question from Bengals Forever. Mahomes, all the ESPN announcers kept saying that Mahomes won the game. He wanted to know our take on it. Mahomes didn't win the game.
Look, what game?
The Chiefs and Bengals this weekend.
Did he win the game?
Yeah, like they're saying that Mahomes won the game.
How did he win the game? They kicked 6 field goals. You just said it.
They kicked 6 field goals and played awesome defense against Jake fucking Browning.
Yeah. No.
So here's the thing.
Who won the game was the Kansas City defense.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted here.
But here's the other thing too. We've gone back and forth on this. We've talked about I lost my train of thought. Totally went out of my head. What were we just talking about?
The Bengals.
Yeah, we were saying about with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all these quarterbacks, it's just like they just get their asses kissed all the time. It's like, bro, oh my God, like enough's enough.
You know what's going to happen to Mahomes? The world's going to turn on him.
Yep.
And it's going to start. It's starting to happen now.
I know. It's coming because he's.
I think America is actually low key going to turn on the Chiefs.
They're
I think they're sick of the fucking Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift bullshit. I think they're sick of it. Yeah. I think it's when it's all in your face 24/7. Eventually, you get tired of it, man.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like playing a brand new video game. It's all cool and dandy, and then all of a sudden, you're bored because you already know what it is. You've seen it 100 times.
Browns at Bengals. Bengals -6.
I'm gonna take the Bengals here -6. This is a big line. Yeah, I'll take the Bengals here.
Me too. Line shouldn't be that high.
No.
Buccaneers -5.5 at the Panthers. Bucks win NFC South with a win against Baker's team last year that almost ruined his career.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Buccaneers here to win the game, but I'm gonna take the points with the Panthers.
I'm taking the Buccaneers both ways. I don't like that number.
Either.
But I can't bet the fucking Panthers. They got the shit going on with Tepper now.
I know.
They're a dumpster.
Weird line though.
Jets at Patriots. Patriots -2.5.
I got the Pats both ways. I think they end Bill Bell. I think Bill Belichick goes out on the high note. Yep.
I'm same way.
I think you're getting ready to see a defensive masterpiece, bro.
And it's his last game as a Patriots head coach.
I disagree.
We will see. Vikings at Lions. Lions -3. Lions win. Cowboys and Niners lost. They're the 2 seed. Oh wait, no, that's all fucked up.
Lions win and Cowboys and Niners loss.
They're the 2 seed.
They're the 1 seed.
Okay. No, the Niners won the 1 seed.
Why?
Because the Eagles lost.
Oh, they already clinched. That's right.
Yeah, so they would be the 2 seed.
So they would be the 2 seed. So yeah, that's right.
And Dallas would slide down to
You're right.
3.
You're right.
So
fuck the Niners.
I got the Lions both ways.
I got the Lions both ways too. I don't love it though.
Yeah.
I feel like Nick Mullins is going to bounce back. They just got their ass beat though.
I'm not putting no smoke with Nick Mullins.
Me either. I don't put my money on him.
Bears at Packers. Packers -3. Packers are playing for that 7th spot.
Yep. I'm going to go with the Packers here at home. I think they win, and I hope they win because I honestly I don't want Justin Fields to be on the Bears because I want to like fuck the excuses. You don't have a line. You don't have his team sucks. Blah blah blah. Like I want him to go somewhere else and see if he changes his life. Then you'll have then you'll really know, right? Yeah. Like because him being in Chicago is just hiding behind the bullshit.
Yep.
That you keep
they can't draft a quarterback.
Excuses. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm done with the excuses. If you want to go to Atlanta, go to Atlanta. If you could change life in Atlanta, I was wrong about you. But if you can't, then there you go.
You ain't wrong about him, cuz.
I don't think so either.
I got the Packers both ways, and it's crazy because we talked about it, and I said for the value. I love their line at 7.5 wins because there was no reason that they were only a half a game lower than their win total from last year when they went from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. I said that 7.5 line was weird as hell, and I would have bet the overs.
Yeah, I think we made a reel about it too. There was a reel on our.
Yeah, actually, I gotta go find that. I did make that. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Repost that, John.
Cowboys -13.5 at the Commanders. Dallas won the NFC East with a win, and then the 2 seed.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys here. I'll take the Commanders with the points. That's a lot of points.
I'm taking the Commanders with the points too. There's no way they lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm comfortable taking 13.5. Pause.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
Whoa.
That was absolutely insane.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm comfortable taking 13.5.
I'm sorry.
That's another thing you got to work on in 2024.
That was crazy. That was like very embarrassing.
Seahawks minus 2.5 at Cardinals. Seahawks win. Packers lost. They clinched the 7th seed.
Give me the Cardinals to play spoiler, man. Give me the Cardinals. I don't care. Give me the Cardinals. They play tough. I've seen the Seahawks and they some shit. I don't know. They're a different team than last year.
I know. I'm taking the Seahawks. I don't love it though. I do think that has upset written on it. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Broncos at the Raiders. Raiders minus 2.5.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders here. I think they end the season on a high note. I think Antonio Pierce gets the job, and deservingly so. He's been awesome for the Raiders. He's had them playing tough. I think the Raiders absolutely crushed the Broncos here.
I got the Raiders too, for the same reasons you just said. I think Antonio Pierce solidifies his return to Vegas.
Yeah.
Last one, Chiefs at Chargers. Chargers minus 3.
I don't want to take Easton Stick, but I'll take the Chiefs here.
I'm taking the Chiefs with the points because I'm not giving money away with Easton Stick.
I'll take my money on Andy Reid scheming something up, creativity. You know what I mean?
I agree. All right, guys, that concludes episode 189. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Take it away, Nick.
Oh, damn, man. You got a fan, bro. Bengals forever really fucks with Paul.
I know. That's my guy.
Damn, that's awesome. That's great to see, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, it's a new year, so hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social platforms, such as Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and we are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
So we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Peace.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinnage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my